It's Week 10 of the NFL. And up next, it's Deshaun Watson. He got his reps in last week, finishing with over 300 passing yards. It's the Cards and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we hit Week 10, and we've got a good one in store between the Arizona Cardinals and the Minnesota Vikings. Brennan Gaughan alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Vikings coming into play. It's a relatively balanced offense. The next-gen stats kind of bear that out. What do you think they'll be looking to do in this one?
I think it'll be exactly what you just talked about. They'll want to be balanced on offense, which means to them, they'll want everyone involved. See if they can get some one-on-ones in the passing game. Maybe identify some situations where they can swing the ball to the backs in space. Even find some spots where they just want to play some old-fashioned power football. As one of the most successful coaches in the league told us once, the definition of balanced offense, that means you can do what you want when you want to, not necessarily just running it 50% of the time and throwing it the same percentage.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They will be led out by their dual-threat quarterback, the veteran from Clemson. It's Deshaun Watson.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2-1, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Quinn Miners, third-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's Watson to run with it. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And some room to maneuver. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. It's a gain of 34. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
Let's face it, everybody at the start of the game has defensively. Moving the ball well, seemingly in control. And that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there, turned the ball over. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Minnesota. 46 yards. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
I'm really not sure what was more impressive about that throw. Was it the distance traveled or the accuracy involved? Because I'm going to tell you straight up, when you're trying to hit a guy in stride that far downfield, there's nothing easy about it, but he sure made it look easy there.
Yeah, and the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. 1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he is going to lose yardage here. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Viking slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Back to throw, Smith. Touchdown, Vikings! Noah Fant, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator and what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They run with Sanders off the option. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34.
We're watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, as they've got it with a 2nd and 13 forthcoming. Throwing now is Geno. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. Touchdown, Vikings! Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big stroke like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Tucker now for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. A long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tiny 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we're going to look at him. He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the second quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. Wonder if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone.
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. On the draw, it's Gibson. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
From the 50, it's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw away.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Throwing again is Watson. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. A huge play there for Arizona. 42 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run with Gibson. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Sanders toss left side. And a good display of footwork will only get him just inside the 5 of the 4. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice Here's Watson. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Wan'Dale Robinson from 4 yards out. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was finished up by a touchdown catch from Wan'Dale Robinson. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit. And they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top form.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right in the beginning. That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
We've hit the 2-minute mark in the second quarter, 14-7.
Okay, great.
First and 10, Taylor now. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop it right at the line. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week. It takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on third down. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Well, they're currently the best in the NFL in converting on third down, so it was no surprise there that they picked that one up.
And they've done it in many different ways throughout the season, Charles. Picking it up, running it, throwing it, just effective on third downs all year long. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Play action, it's Smith. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 41 yards.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll run here with Taylor. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
That's good power football on first and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to troop a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Again, it'll be Taylor. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Now Smith on third and goal. Touchdown! In the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this drive, Charles, very well timed as they score with very little time remaining in this first half.
And I'm reminded that they get the second half kickoff as well, so they can break this one wide open before the other guys have a chance to possess the football.
Tucker now to add the point after. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it's polished off by a Viking score. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. The final shot before the break. Watson. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Past the halfway point of the season, and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And the Vikings set to go on offense to begin the third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well. And most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with the lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Anthony Schwartz, 73 yards. And the Vikings take a 3-touchdown lead. He has been fun to watch throwing the football this one. And certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. On first down, it's Watson. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Watson. Steps away. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. On first down, Watson. He's going to drop this one down to Gibson, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that will bring up second down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
There's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And the fair catch is made. It's going to pin him back here at the 7-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Left side here, that's the tight end Fant. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
19 tight.
Now Gino on first down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Smith's throw pulled in by Schwartz. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Smith. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Gino now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Back to Taylor on first down. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, when that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Good gain there on first down, and keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 3rd and 2, Smith. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamison Williams halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. Now a first down throw. Watson to the right side and complete to Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Watson. Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 8 more yards this time coming off back-to-back first down pickups. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Well, the corner gets a hand on it, but he still makes the play. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Watson looks to throw again. That's swung out wide to Sanders. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. Watson down to throw. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Point after try forthcoming. It's good, and it's now 35-14. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And the Vikings able to recover. The hands team does its job. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's airing it out for Williams. And incomplete on the deep ball. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's taken in by the tight end Fant. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Throwing on 2nd and long. Smith. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the lead. Some great gamesmanship as they throw for a touchdown.
Business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
I have no idea what the top speed is. Those high-end sports cars, what's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they saw it there in this one. Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Minnesota, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for Arizona, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.
for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4", see we switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games, one swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. To hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. G, flossing with a gold.
Dollar. Hey, DJ Mosky, let's get it. We the champions here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over. Call the promoters. I just put up in this thing with my soldiers. I blew it and I'm still. Last minute, I'ma need me some. Call up Khalifa. Burn up in the. You know I stay with some bad little baby. TGOD, baby, know that's a gang gang. Crazy girls after the game. We throwing hundreds, we going insane. Pouring this. Dead homies got me pouring this. We get awards, but we give God the glory. I'm shooting my shot, and most times I be scoring. Do this for my city, I bring on the trophy. Feel like Freddie Mercury, we the champions. Here in Los Angeles. We doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Feeling like I can't miss. Baby, it's all in the wrist. You really wanna be the boss, it's expensive. Ain't the real champ if you never defend it. Put in that work, I'ma make them remember. I just broke down hella trees, yelling timber. Stand in the line, they put me in the center. It blow their mind when they see how I'm winning. Went back and doubled up, now you in trouble. My all hustle, my diamonds are huddled up. TGOD got this off the muscle. Ask me about my life, man, I love it. Got so many rings, I need room for another one. Been through the pain, now it ain't no more struggle. My team win the game, put our face on the cover, brother. We the champions.
Here in Los Angeles, we doing numbers. Bringing home victory straight out the huddle. I'm at the plug, introduced to my brother. My squad superior, ain't none above us. We doing numbers. Gang in the building, we taking it over.
Hello, new world, all the boys and girls. I got some true stories to tell. You're back outside, but they still lied. Whoa, yeah.
Take off the foo-foo. Take off the cloud chase, take off the Wi-Fi. Take off the money phone, take off the car loan, take off the flex and the white loss. Take off the weird jewelry, I'ma take 10 steps, then I'm taking off top 5. Take off the fabricated streams and the microwave memes, it's a real world outside. Take off your idols, take off the runway, take off the Cairo. Take off the Sandro pay, 5 days stay, take a quarter meal, hella follow. Take off the fuck flag, take off perception, take off the cop with the iPad. Take off the allure, take off the unsure, take off decisions I lack. Take off the fake deep, take off the fake woke, take off the I'm broke, I care. Take off the gossip, take off the new logic that if I'm rich, I'm rare. Take off the should know, take off the Doja, take off the Birkin bag. Take all that designer off and what do you have?
You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up us? Get back in pocket. The world in a panic, the women is stranded, the men on the run. The profits abandoned, the law take advantage. The market is crashing, the industry wants to sleep in the box while they making a mockery following us. This ain't monopoly, watching for love. This ain't monogamy, y'all getting jumping on what the hell is that? I gotta relax when I feel. All my descendants, they come in my sleep and say I am too real. I'm done with the sensitive, taking it personal. Done with the black and the white, the wrong and the right. You hoping for change and miracles. I know the feelings that came with burial cries. You ugly. You out of pocket. 2 ATMs, you stepping to what? You out of pocket. Who you think they talk about? Talk about us. You out of pocket. Who you think they carry up us? Serving up a look, dancing in a job. Hello to the big step, but never lose a count. Venting in the safe house. Venting in the safe. Can I spit out my truth. I got nothing to lose. I got problems and booze. I can swim with my fate. Cameras moving whenever I'm moving. The family suing whatever I make. Murder is stacking. The president acting. The government taxing my funds in the bank. Homies ejecting the fence when I'm wrecking. Look at my reaction. My pupils on skates. Holla, holla.
Let's think about this for a second. Tell me what you would do for steady. When you show your show, no credit. When you show your bro for leverage.
What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? What a hypocrite said. What community feel they the only ones relevant? You out of pocket, yeah, you out of pocket. You entertain the mediocre, need to stop it. You entertaining old friends, well they toxic. What your life like? You gossip. What the fuck is council culture, dog? Say what I want about you, I'm like overdog. I treat you like I'm Jigga, watch I own it all. Oh, you worry about a critic, that ain't protocol.
It's week 11 of the 2024 season, and we've got the Vikings reigning league MVP. He was a tour de force a week ago, 6 passing touchdowns. It's the Vikings and the Colts, and it's kicking off next on Madden NFL 23.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today, we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They've been the talk of the NFL so far. 9 wins in their first 9 games.
And some people subscribe to the theory that a loss might not be the worst thing for them. They've had it easy all year long. How would they do handling adversity?
Meanwhile, for the visiting Colts, they come into this one fresh off a victory that finally snapped a 6-game losing streak.
And there's nothing like that win that makes everyone happier in the locker room, better on the practice field, and they usually play a whole lot better that next game out as well.
Season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
On first down, it's Smith. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
So this game, Charles, you know, we talk about potential unbeaten seasons a lot. It feels like every year at some point in the season we talk about that. But this is one of those games where if you're unbeaten, you got to be careful. You can't take this one too lightly.
You're exactly right about that, and by rights, this should be a cakewalk. Almost a week off. Let the starters run up the score in the first half, backups get to play in the second. But you and I both know that funny things sometimes happen when you think this way. So it's incumbent upon the starters to really play well to make it work for this team.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. Bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And they'll stop play here at least momentarily. Remember, the Vikings easily discomfort after that last play. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Okay, ready?
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Play action. It's Smith. And he rifles one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Noah Fant with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggle to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
You're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by a guy certainly still trying to prove himself here in the league, the young rookie quarterback.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
To Montgomery to begin the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 17 carries, 60 yards.
Just an all-right day from him last week. He really didn't break out for the huge yardage he had hoped going in. I talked to him before the game, though, and he knows this is a new, fresh opportunity. He's put last week behind him, and his focus, getting some extra yardage with every carry he receives this week.
He's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring it down. Chase Young in there and bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The numbers for him from a week ago: 18 carries, 68 yards.
When a winning streak stretches this far, you start to wonder if a team is truly unstoppable. And here's a guy who's been very much the legs that have helped drive this team to wins week after week. And even when teams have keyed on him and tried to slow him down, he's still gotten the job done enough to avoid a loss. Talking with him in pregame, though, he thinks that this week could be his biggest week yet.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one covers 29 yards, first down.
Someone sharp in this game. A touchdown pass in the first drive. He comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him. And I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw. When they went through 2-minute drill, and they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Off of play action. Here's Smith. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, not that we had any questions, but it's obvious his arm does not hurt today, does it? He does not mind slinging it around.
He's firing that pigskin around the yard.
Yeah, putting it deep downfield, taking shots. Unsuccessful there, but I like his moxie.
He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
On 4th down, Smith. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Colts are going to take over with the football. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
This defense for the Vikings, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down, here's the run to Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game and said, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Hawkins. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fighting them on this series because it seems like things are headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Shaquille Leonard in there again for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Hawkins. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. Back to throw. Hawkins. And incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they'll need the 39 here for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Hawkins completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot break, so to speak.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Hawkins. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Shaquille Leonard. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this 1st half.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Looking to throw. Hawkins. And his throw here is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So holding on the offense, they go ahead and decline the penalty, and the ball will change hands on the fumble recovery. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Noah Fant with a catch on the crossing route. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now an injured player here, so a stoppage, and that's Jameson Williams who's shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Ready?
7 yards left for 2nd down. Ball at the 10. Throwing now is Geno. Touchdown, Vikings. Noah Fant on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Vikings will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And the Colts about to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. To throw on 2nd down, Hawkins. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Stokes. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this past the 20-yard line. Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw an interception early now. You do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Here we go.
The final shot here before break. Smith. He's airing it out for Williams. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Halftime over, no problem with us. We skip right to the third quarter and continue this midseason contest. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and 11.
He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Here's Brian Anger now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Smith. Open managed. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Colts pick it up. And now, meanwhile, after the dust settles on the fumble, we've got an injured player here as well. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Geno now to throw. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. Taken down, but now before they work it across midfield. That's now Perlin Special plays in possession. North of 20 yards.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now Smith. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now Gino on first down. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now it's the fullback. This is Kyle Juszczyk. And trying to push forward, but he is going to be stuffed up in the backfield. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
After a play like that, there should be congratulations all the way around, I think, because if you can stop a big fullback like that, that's not easily done.
Yeah, he does not go down easily, you're right, but he did there. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Gets this one to Juszczyk. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. They'll go for a gain of 7, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Throwing is Smith. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jamison Williams from a yard out. And the Vikings add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. And partner, he has carried them in this ball game throwing the football. All 4 touchdowns through the air. And that's really helped them get this nice lead.
And I know it's a team game, but right now, he is truly the focal point. Every touchdown his team has so far has been the result of his arm. How about him throwing it downfield, creating big plays? I don't know how you slow him down unless you can make him uncomfortable in the pocket.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for it.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Taken down for the 15th
time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. He's got Harris running the slant. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Hawkins. He's going to air one out. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety, and you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. They'll fake it. Now Smith. That is taken in by the tight end fan. The 25. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
When you have someone throwing it down well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They run once more with Taylor. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. First and 10, Taylor now. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Smith going to throw it to the goal line, but it's incomplete. Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Another touchdown in the 4th quarter, and Charles, I think we can start to consider that this undefeated streak of theirs is going to be safe for another week.
And partner, you don't make it this far into a season without a loss unless you're getting contributions from both sides of the ball, and sometimes even your special teams, and that's been true today. Each side helping guide them to this late lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. And the Colts coming out now. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses offenses put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. That one for Indianapolis, resulting in 15 yards and a fresh set of downs. Throwing on first down. Hawkins. He's got this complete to Ayuk on the out route. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. He gets it complete to Harris. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that will cut this lead down to 25. 5 plays there on that drive, and the result for the Colts is a touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
It certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted, so they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here, some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the 4th.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all, but in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
Throwing now, Smith. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The lines move there, look like nobody open, now 2nd down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it away until stopped.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is where you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Vikings, they keep on rolling 10-0 now to start the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Colts, add another loss to the pile as they drop to 2-8 now on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.
Cool, I be going there like deposit. You don't really brag about them my business real, knows it like a bloodhound. I'ma throw them off like I'm standing on a picture mound. All they do is look at Instagram while they sit around. Hate me in real life, but you liking pictures now. Oh, everybody acting different now. Finally trying to see what I be on. Got a different style, they be at the brand new when they know I've been around. Got a fake smile on your face cause you been inclined. I can say a lot, but I'm not. Gotta keep it down, making sure nobody drown. I'm my brother, keep it now. Mike Jack hit me up and said I gotta beat it down. Turn me up when I'm on your speaker now. Cool, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Boosted on my cardio, I used to get the run around. I've been doing this since I had to work at mama house. Tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down, tear it down. Everybody eating this a party, wanna climb the time. You can bring your mama, daddy, sister, and your cousin out. Yeah, you in the league, but you ain't hooping around and tear out. Before you judge me, you need to go and wipe the mirror off. Try to turn me down, only thing you do is veer off. Showing fake love, I can tell it once I say it all. I just stay cool, acting like it wasn't weird at all. Most of the people that you meet are not who they appear at all. If you want on top, then you wouldn't hear it cheer at all. But I ain't got no top, I don't need a chandelier at all. I ain't got no talk, cause I be really out my mind. When the hate don't work, I guarantee they get the line. They all talk, dog, it's a room full of brinds. I'm real